First contact and conflict. The early morning sun cast long shadows across the bustling streets of New Shanghai as Dr. Amelia Chen hurried towards the quantum communications lab. Her mind raced with possibilities. Today could be the day they finally achieved faster-than-light communication. As she swiped her ID badge at the entrance, a faint rumble in the distance caught her attention. Probably just another megastructure under construction, she thought. Inside the lab, screens flickered to life as Amelia's team prepared for their daily test. "All right, everyone. Let's see if today's the day we make history," she announced, her excitement palpable. As they initiated the quantum entanglement sequence, an alarm blared from Amelia's phone. Breaking news. Unidentified objects entering Earth's atmosphere. Before anyone could react, the lab's emergency system activated. "This is not a drill. All personnel evacuate immediately." Amelia's heart raced as she and her team rushed outside. The sky had transformed into a terrifying spectacle, massive, dark shapes descending through the clouds, their alien geometries defying human architecture. Across the globe, similar scenes unfolded. In Washington, D.C., President Evelyn Roose stared in disbelief at the holographic displays showing the worldwide phenomenon. "Get me in touch with every major world leader and our top military brass. Now," she commanded, her voice steady despite the chaos erupting around her. As the alien ships took position over major cities, humanity held its collective breath. Would this be first contact or the beginning of the end? Initial attempts at communication proved futile. Every frequency, every known and theoretical method of transmission was met with silence. As hours ticked by, tension mounted. Then, without warning, the attack began. Energy beams of unimaginable power lanced down from the alien vessels, carving swaths of destruction through city centers. The new Shanghai skyline, once a testament to human progress, now crumbled as if made of sand. Amelia found herself running through streets choked with panic and debris, her scientific mind struggling to process the surreal horror unfolding around her. In the skies above, Earth's military forces scrambled to respond. Fighter jets engaged the alien craft, only to be swatted aside like insects. Ground-based weapon systems fared no better, their most powerful ordnance seeming to dissipate harmlessly against advanced shielding technology. Amelia's survival instincts kicked in as she navigated the chaos. Noticing a group of civilians trapped by fallen rubble, she quickly assessed the situation. "We need to create a lever system," she shouted, grabbing a length of metal debris. Her quick thinking and scientific knowledge helped free the trapped people, showcasing the ingenuity that would become humanity's greatest asset in the coming conflict. As the alien assault continued, world leaders convened in a hastily arranged virtual summit. President Roose addressed her counterparts, her face grim but determined. "We are facing an unprecedented threat to our very existence. But humanity has faced extinction before and survived. We must pool our resources, set aside our differences, and fight as one." Chinese Premier Li agreed, adding, "Our diversity has always been our strength. We must use every tool at our disposal, military might, scientific knowledge, and the indomitable human spirit." As the meeting progressed, reports flooded in from around the world. The aliens' technological superiority was clear, but pockets of effective resistance were emerging. A militia group in Kenya had managed to down a smaller alien craft using an improvised electromagnetic pulse device. In Brazil, a team of hackers claimed to have momentarily disrupted an alien ship's systems. These small victories hinted at a crucial fact. Despite their advanced technology, the aliens were not infallible. Humanity's ability to adapt, to think creatively in the face of overwhelming odds, might just be the key to survival. As the first day of the invasion drew to a close, Amelia found herself at a makeshift command center, her expertise in quantum communications suddenly vital to the war effort. Looking around at the determined faces of soldiers, scientists, and civilians working together, she felt a glimmer of hope. "We may be outgunned," she murmured to herself, "but we're not outsmarted. Not yet." The alien ships loomed overhead, their presence a constant reminder of the existential threat humanity faced. But in labs, in military bases, and in the hearts of people around the world, a fire was being kindled. A fire of resistance, of innovation, and of the unbreakable human will to survive. As night fell on a changed Earth, humanity prepared for the fight of its life. The coming days would test them as never before, but they would face this challenge as they have faced every other in their turbulent history, with courage, creativity, and an unwavering determination to prevail against all odds. Little did the aliens know, they had awakened a force far more formidable than they could have imagined. Humanity was ready to show the universe exactly what they were capable of. Human ingenuity unveiled. The dawn of the second day broke over a world transformed. Smoke billowed from the ruins of once great cities, and the alien ships hung in the sky like dark, ominous clouds. But amid the destruction, humanity's resilience began to shine through. Dr. Amelia Chen found herself in an underground bunker, hastily converted into a global think tank. Scientists, engineers, and military strategists from around the world had been brought together, their mission clear: find a way to fight back. Our conventional weapons are useless against their shields, General Maria Vasquez explained, her hologram flickering slightly. We need something they won't expect. Amelia's mind raced. What if we could use their own technology against them? She proposed. The quantum entanglement principles we were working on, if we could adapt them, we might be able to create a communication network they can't intercept or jam. As discussions intensified, reports trickled in from around the globe. In the Australian outback, Aboriginal trackers had discovered a weakness in the aliens' ground forces. Their sensors couldn't penetrate the unique magnetic properties of certain rock formations. In the Amazon rainforest, a team of botanists noticed that the alien foot soldiers avoided areas with high concentrations of a particular fungus. Each piece of information, no matter how small, was a potential key to survival. Meanwhile, in orbit, astronaut Commander Zara Malik watched in horror as the International Space Station came under attack. With split-second decision-making, she managed to undock a supply capsule, using it as a decoy to draw alien fire. Her quick thinking saved the station and its crucial orbital vantage point. Back on Earth, a breakthrough came from an unexpected source. Teenage gaming prodigy Jin Park noticed similarities between the aliens' attack patterns and advanced AI strategies in his favorite strategy game. They're predictable, he explained to skeptical military officers. Complex, but predictable. If we can analyze enough of their movements, we might be able to anticipate their next steps. Jin's insight proved invaluable. A global network of gamers was quickly mobilized, their pattern recognition skills put to use analyzing alien tactics. It was a quintessentially human solution, turning a leisure activity into a weapon against an existential threat. As the second day wore on, humanity's innovative spirit began to bear fruit. In New Delhi, a team of engineers repurposed the city's extensive network of ancient stepwells into hidden bases, using the unique acoustics of the structures to mask activity from alien sensors. In Silicon Valley, tech companies worked around the clock to develop swarms of microdrones, designed to infiltrate alien ships and gather intelligence. The project, codenamed Digital Mosquito, represented a fusion of cutting-edge technology and guerrilla warfare tactics. Amelia's quantum communication network began to take shape, allowing resistance cells around the world to coordinate without fear of interception. It was crude and limited compared to her original vision, but it was a start. As night fell again, the alien ships began another assault. But this time, humanity was better prepared. Using Jin's predictive models, defense forces were able to anticipate attack vectors, leading to the first successful downing of an alien fighter craft. The crashed ship became an immediate focus of study. Teams of scientists descended on the site, working feverishly to unlock its secrets before alien recovery teams could arrive. Every scrap of technology, every alien alloy, could be the key to turning the tide. In the bunker, Amelia watched the live feed from the crash site with growing excitement. "Look at the way their hull is structured," she pointed out. "It's not just advanced materials. The geometry itself seems to be part of their shielding technology." This observation led to a flurry of activity. Mathematicians and physicists began analyzing the alien ship's design, searching for weaknesses that could be exploited. It was a race against time, with the fate of humanity hanging in the balance. As the study of the alien craft progressed, another human trait came to the forefront: compassion. Despite the ongoing attacks, many humans risked their lives to save others, regardless of nationality or background. Stories of heroism spread through Amelia's quantum network, bolstering morale and reminding everyone what they were fighting for. In refugee camps, hastily erected away from major population centers, people from all walks of life came together. Language barriers fell away in the face of shared adversity, and impromptu communities formed, pooling knowledge and resources. It was in one such camp that another breakthrough occurred. A group of children, playing with discarded electronics, accidentally created a device that interfered with alien communications. The simple, almost laughable nature of the discovery highlighted the unpredictable nature of human creativity. As the third day of the invasion dawned, humanity had begun to find its footing. They were still outgunned and overpowered, but no longer helpless. The alien invaders, who had expected a swift victory, now found themselves facing an opponent unlike any they had encountered before. In labs and makeshift workshops around the world, human ingenuity was hard at work. Weapons were being forged, strategies devised, and alliances formed. The path ahead was still dark and uncertain, but a spark of hope had been kindled. Amelia, looking at the tired but determined faces around her, felt a surge of pride. "They thought they could just swoop in and conquer us," she said, her voice filled with determination. "But they don't understand who they're dealing with. We're humanity. We've survived ice ages, plagues, and our own destructive tendencies. We're not about to let some aliens from the stars write our final chapter." As if in response to her words, alarms began to blare. The aliens were launching a new offensive, larger than anything seen before. But this time, humanity was ready to fight back. The battle for Earth was truly about to begin. Alien counterattack. The alien response to humanity's budding resistance was swift and brutal. As dawn broke on the fourth day of the invasion, a new wave of attacks commenced, dwarfing all previous offensives. From her position in the underground command center, Dr. Amelia Chen watched in horror as streams of data flooded in through the quantum network. "They're targeting our research facilities," she realized, her voice tight with tension. "They know we're adapting." Indeed, the aliens had shifted their strategy. No longer content with indiscriminate destruction, they now struck with surgical precision at Earth's centers of scientific and military progress. The message was clear: submit or be annihilated. In orbit, Commander Zara Malik and her crew on the International Space Station found themselves in the crosshairs. A massive alien mothership approached, its intent unmistakable. "We can't let them take the station," Zara declared. "The orbital advantage is too important." In a daring maneuver, she initiated an emergency protocol, detaching modules of the station and using them as decoys to confuse the alien targeting systems. Back on Earth, the situation grew dire. The alien ground forces, previously content to remain near their ships, now poured into cities and rural areas alike. Their foot soldiers, towering beings encased in formidable armor, proved nearly invincible to conventional weapons. But humanity's creativity once again rose to the challenge. In the streets of Tokyo, a group of sumo wrestlers discovered that their low center of gravity and immense strength could topple the alien soldiers, buying precious time for civilians to escape. This unlikely tactic spread quickly, with people around the world adapting various martial arts and wrestling techniques to combat the invaders. Meanwhile, in the Amazon rainforest, the mysterious fungus that repelled alien forces became the focus of intense study. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, a mycologist, worked tirelessly to understand its properties. "It's not just repelling them," she reported excitedly. "It's interfering with their suit functions somehow. If we can synthesize this on a large scale." Her words were cut short as an alien energy beam carved through the canopy, destroying the research outpost. Elena barely escaped with her samples and data, a stark reminder of the precarious nature of their situation. The aliens' counterattack extended beyond the physical realm. Strange signals began to interfere with Earth's remaining communication systems, causing widespread panic and confusion. It was Jin Park, the teenage gaming prodigy, who first recognized the pattern. "It's a form of psychological warfare," he explained. "They're trying to break our will to resist." Governments around the world scrambled to maintain order as the alien onslaught intensified. In a bold move, the United Nations convened an emergency session, not in a physical location, but through Amelia's quantum network. For the first time in history, world leaders met in a secure virtual space, safe from alien interference. President Evelyn Rose addressed the assembly, her avatar projecting determination. "We stand at the brink of extinction, but we have not yet fallen. Our unity, our adaptability, these are our greatest weapons. We must stand together, or we will surely fall apart." As the leaders debated and planned, the fight raged on. In the skies over the Sahara, a squadron of fighter pilots, led by Captain Amur Hassan, engaged in a desperate dogfight with alien craft. Using the desert's heat mirages to their advantage, they managed to down several enemy ships, proving that Earth's aviation skills could still pose a threat. But for every victory, there seemed to be a new setback. The aliens unleashed a new weapon, a type of biological agent that turned Earth's flora against its inhabitants. In mere hours, once peaceful forests became deadly traps, trees and vines attacking anything that moved. Dr. Amelia Chen found herself working around the clock, coordinating global research efforts through the quantum network. "We need to understand their technology better," she insisted. "Every piece of alien tech we salvage could be the key to our survival." Her words proved prophetic when a team in Siberia, led by Dr. Dmitry Volkov, made a breakthrough. Examining the wreckage of a downed alien ship, they discovered that the aliens' advanced AI systems had a critical vulnerability. They couldn't process certain types of paradoxical information. "It's like they've never encountered illogical thinking before," Dmitry explained, his excitement palpable even through the quantum link. "We might be able to use this to create a virus, something that could disrupt their systems." As this news spread, a new strategy began to form. Humanity would fight not just with weapons, but with the full power of its imagination and creativity. Artists, writers, and philosophers were brought into the war effort, tasked with creating concepts so uniquely human that alien minds couldn't comprehend them. But time was running out. The alien counterattack had pushed humanity to the brink. Major cities lay in ruins, millions were displaced, and Earth's militaries were stretched to their breaking point. In a desperate bid to buy more time, a plan was hatched to strike at the heart of the alien fleet. A small team of volunteers, led by Commander Zora Malik, would attempt to infiltrate the alien mothership using salvaged alien technology and the knowledge gained from studying their tactics. As preparations for this suicide mission began, Dr. Amelia Chen looked at the faces of those around her, tired, scared, but unbroken. "We've come this far," she said softly. "We've survived when they thought we would crumble. Whatever happens next, we've proven that humanity is a force to be reckoned with." The alien mothership loomed in the sky, a dark promise of battles yet to come. But on the ground, in hidden bases and makeshift labs, in the hearts and minds of billions, the spirit of humanity burned bright. The counterattack had been fierce, but the war was far from over. As the fifth day of the invasion dawned, Earth prepared for its most daring gambit yet. The fate of the entire planet would rest on the shoulders of a few brave souls, venturing into the heart of the enemy's stronghold. The next phase of the war for Earth was about to begin. Unlikely alliance forms. As Commander Zara Malik and her team prepare for their daring mission to infiltrate the alien mothership, an unexpected development unfolded on the ground. In the ruins of what was once Beijing, a group of survivors led by former diplomat Lai Wei made a startling discovery. Not all the aliens were united in their conquest of Earth. Lai Wei, hiding in the shadows of a collapsed skyscraper, watched in amazement as an alien craft crash-landed in the streets below. But instead of the fearsome warriors they'd come to expect, a different breed of alien emerged from the wreckage, smaller, with an almost frail appearance compared to their militant counterparts. Using the universal translator developed from salvaged alien tech, Li Wei took a risk and approached the crash site. To his surprise, the alien didn't attack. Instead, it spoke, its translated words filled with urgency. "Help us. We are not them. We are refugees, fleeing the same force that now attacks your world." This revelation sent shockwaves through the human resistance. Dr. Amelia Chen, coordinating efforts from the underground bunker, could hardly believe the news when it came through the quantum network. "If this is true," she breathed, "it changes everything." As word spread, similar encounters were reported around the globe. In the Amazon, Dr. Elena Rodriguez, still studying the alien-repelling fungus, found herself face-to-face with one of these refugee aliens. The being, calling itself San, offered crucial information about the invaders' biology in exchange for protection. Meanwhile, Commander Zara Malik's mission to the mothership took on new urgency. If there were indeed two factions of aliens, understanding their conflict could be key to Earth's survival. Her team, now joined by one of the refugee aliens named Elix, prepared for launch. Back in the command bunker, world leaders debated furiously over the quantum network. Trust was in short supply after days of devastating attacks, but the potential benefits of an alliance were too significant to ignore. President Evelyn Ross made the final call. "We'll work with them," she declared, her voice firm. "But cautiously. We can't afford to let our guard down." With this decision, a new phase of the war began. Human scientists worked alongside their new alien allies, combining knowledge in ways neither species had imagined possible. Dr. Chen found herself collaborating with an alien scientist named Zor, their combined expertise accelerating the development of new defensive technologies. "It's remarkable," Amelia mused as she and Zor pored over schematics. "Your quantum theories are so advanced, yet there are aspects of our science that seem to baffle you." Zor's translator conveyed a tone of wonder. "Your species' capacity for logical leaps of intuition is unprecedented in our experience. It is both your greatest strength and what made you a target." This exchange highlighted a crucial difference between the two species. The refugee aliens, calling themselves the Arxa, possessed incredible technological knowledge but lacked humanity's adaptability and creative problem-solving skills. As this unlikely alliance took shape, the invading aliens, now identified as the Kurthak, intensified their attacks. They seemed to realize that their advantage was slipping away and responded with increasingly desperate tactics. In orbit, Commander Malik's team finally reached the mothership. With Elix's help, they managed to bypass the outer defenses and infiltrate the massive vessel. What they found inside was beyond their wildest expectations, a virtual city in space with countless Kurthak warriors in stasis, waiting to be awakened for the final invasion of Earth. "We need to find their central command," Zara whispered, her heart racing as they navigated the alien corridors. "If we can disrupt their leadership, we might have a chance to end this war." On the ground, the combined human Arxa forces began to turn the tide. The fungus Dr. Rodriguez had been studying was synthesized into a weapon that could disable Kurthak battle armor. Jin Park's gaming insights, combined with Arxa tactical knowledge, led to the development of prediction algorithms that gave Earth's defenders a crucial edge in combat. But the war was far from over. The Kurthak, realizing their invasion was in jeopardy, unleashed a new horror, a device that began to alter Earth's atmosphere, making it inhospitable to human life. As cities around the world were enveloped in toxic clouds, Dr. Chen and her team raced against time to find a solution. "We need to understand the device's core principles," she insisted, her voice hoarse from hours of non-stop work. "There has to be a way to reverse its effects." It was in this moment of crisis that humanity's unique attributes shone brightest. While the ARXA scientists approached the problem with methodical logic, human researchers made intuitive leaps, drawing inspiration from seemingly unrelated fields of study. A breakthrough came from an unexpected source: a team of marine biologists who had been studying deep-sea creatures before the invasion. They proposed a solution based on the way certain fish filter toxins from water, but on a planetary scale. As this plan was set in motion, Commander Malik's team reached the heart of the alien mothership. In a tense confrontation with the Krthak leadership, Zora made a startling discovery: the invasion of Earth was just the beginning. The Krthak were on a crusade to eliminate all species they deemed chaotic or unpredictable, seeing them as a threat to the cosmic order. "You don't understand," Zora argued, facing down the alien leader. "Our chaos, our unpredictability, it's not a weakness. It's what makes us strong. It's what's allowed us to survive against impossible odds." Her words, translated and broadcast throughout the ship, seemed to give some of the Krthak pause. For the first time, doubt crept into their unified purpose. As the battle raged both on Earth and in orbit, the fate of humanity hung in the balance. The alliance with the ARXA had given them a fighting chance, but victory was far from assured. Yet in labs and battlefields around the world, in the corridors of an alien mothership, and in the hearts of billions, hope burned brighter than ever. Humanity had found an unlikely ally, but more importantly, they had rediscovered the strength that lay in their own diversity and adaptability. As the war entered its most crucial phase, one thing became clear: win or lose, humanity would face its destiny united, not just with their new alien friends, but with each other. The final battle for Earth was about to begin, and the outcome would determine the fate not just of one planet, but of life throughout the galaxy. Final battle begins. The skies over Earth roiled with unnatural storms as the Krthak's atmosphere-altering device reached its peak. Cities around the world lay shrouded in toxic mist, their inhabitants fighting for every breath. But humanity, bolstered by their alliance with the ARXA, refused to give in. Dr. Amelia Chen, her eyes red from sleepless nights, stood before a hastily assembled council of human and ARXA leaders. "We have one shot at this," she declared, her voice steady despite the weight of billions of lives on her shoulders. "Our plan to counteract the atmospheric changes is ready, but we need to buy time." The plan was audacious, a combination of ARXA technology and human ingenuity that would use the Earth's own magnetic field to purge the toxins from the air. But it would take hours to implement, hours they didn't have unless they could distract the Krthak. In orbit, Commander Zora Malik and her team had a different mission. Armed with the knowledge they gained from the mothership, they prepared to strike at the heart of the Krthak fleet. "We need to take out their central command," Zora briefed her mixed human ARXA squad. "Without leadership, their forces will be in disarray." As both teams mobilized, the Krthak launched their final assault. Massive ships descended from the sky, deploying legions of warriors. The battle that ensued was like nothing Earth had ever seen: human fighters alongside ARXA allies, facing off against the seemingly endless Krthak forces. In New York, a team led by the teenage strategist Jin Park used predictive algorithms to coordinate the defense, turning the city's ruins into a maze that confused and trapped invading forces. In Mumbai, Dr. Elena Rodriguez led a squad armed with weapons based on the alien-repelling fungus, systematically disabling Krthak battle armor. The skies were filled with dogfights as human pilots, their crafts enhanced with ARXA tech, engaged the alien fighters. Captain Amar Hassan, leading a squadron over the Mediterranean, executed maneuvers that left even their Arxo allies in awe. But the true turning point came when Dr. Chen's atmospheric purification system went online. As the toxic clouds began to dissipate, a renewed sense of hope spread across the planet. Civilians emerged from shelters, joining the fight with whatever weapons they could improvise. In space, Commander Malik's team fought their way to the Kofak Command Center. In a fierce firefight, they managed to breach the final defenses. Face to face with the Krofak leadership, Zora made one last attempt at diplomacy. "You came here thinking we were primitive, chaotic," she said, her words translated for all to hear. "But look at what we've accomplished. We've united not just our own species, but found common ground with the Arxa. Our chaos isn't a weakness, it's the source of our strength, our ability to adapt and overcome." For a moment, it seemed her words might have an effect. But the Kufak leader, driven by centuries of rigid ideology, refused to yield. In the battle that followed, Zara and her team fought with everything they had, finally managing to disable the Kufak command systems. As confusion spread through the invading forces, the tide of the battle began to turn. Without central coordination, the once unstoppable Krofak army began to falter. Victory and new understanding. As dawn broke on the 8th day of the invasion, an eerie silence fell over the battlefields of Earth. The Krofak forces, their command structure in chaos, began to retreat. Cheers erupted from every corner of the globe as the realization spread: humanity had won. In the aftermath, the true scale of what had been accomplished began to sink in. Humanity had not only survived an extinction-level threat, but had forged an alliance that spanned the stars. The Arxa, grateful for Earth's protection, offered to share their advanced technology, ushering in a new era of progress and exploration. Dr. Amelia Chen, standing amidst the ruins of her old lab in New Shanghai, felt a mix of exhaustion and exhilaration. "We did it," she whispered, looking up at the sky where alien ships now moved in peace alongside human vessels. The recovery process would be long and challenging, but already the indomitable human spirit was showing through. Cities were being rebuilt, not just as they were, but improved, incorporating both human and Arxa design. The atmospheric purification system, originally created as a defensive measure, was repurposed to combat climate change. In orbit, the International Space Station had been transformed into a hub of interstellar diplomacy. Commander Zora Malik, hailed as a hero, now led efforts to establish peaceful relations with other alien races. Perhaps the most profound changes were philosophical. Humanity's brush with extinction and subsequent triumph had shifted perspectives across the globe. Old conflicts seemed petty in the face of what they had endured and accomplished together. Jin Park, the young gaming prodigy whose strategies had helped win the war, now led an initiative to use predictive modeling to solve global issues like hunger and disease. Dr. Elena Rodriguez's work with alien biology opened up new frontiers in medicine, promising cures for ailments that had long plagued humanity. As for the Krithak, those who survived the war were faced with a reality that shattered their worldview. Many chose to stay on Earth, learning from the very chaos they once sought to eliminate. Their integration into Earth society became a powerful symbol of redemption and the possibility of change. 1 year after the invasion, a monument was unveiled in Geneva, a statue depicting human and alien hands clasped together, reaching for the stars. At the dedication ceremony, President Evelyn Rose spoke words that resonated across the planet and beyond. "We stand here today not just as survivors, but as pioneers of a new age. We faced annihilation and emerged stronger, not just through force of arms, but through the power of unity, creativity, and an unyielding spirit. As we look to the future, we do so not in fear of what lies beyond our world, but with hope and curiosity. For we have learned that our greatest strength lies not in our technology or our weapons, but in our diversity, our adaptability, and our capacity for understanding." As night fell on a changed Earth, people looked up at the stars with new eyes. The universe was vast and full of wonders, and humanity was ready to take its place among the cosmic community. They had faced their greatest challenge and emerged victorious, forever changed but unbroken. The invasion that was meant to end humanity had instead launched it into a new era of exploration, cooperation, and boundless possibility. As Dr. Amelia Chen often remarked in the years that followed, in trying to destroy us, they only succeeded in showing us who we truly are, a species capable of miracles when we stand together. And so, Earth took its first steps into a larger universe, carrying with it the lessons of the past and the hope for a brighter future among the stars.